But we have an update right now from the family of Mary Habila, the young woman who was found dead in the home of the Minister of Works, David Umahi. They revealed that she died from cardiac arrest, with her relatives saying she had been living with a hole in her heart. Ayo, the revelation came in her burial program, which took place on Friday, and it comes after her death sparked widespread concern and questions about what really happened. According to her family, despite medical care, her condition became critical despite treatment and prayers. Your thoughts? May her soul rest in peace.
So there's a bit more clarity on the cause of death of Mary Habila, but I don't know if this can be taken as an official statement. I say this because we all know what happened following the death of Mary Habila, the sad death of this young woman, and I think what made it take on national interest was the situation of where it happened in the residence of a serving minister, and what people had called for was at least the coroner's inquest into what happened. Beyond just this issue around, or maybe there's hanky-panky involved, or it's a case beyond, suspicious circumstances, it's also an opportunity for us as a nation to learn around the causes of death in other parts of the world. When a young woman like this, yes, even though she might have underlying health conditions, when a young woman like this dies suddenly, it is almost immediate or automatic that there would be an autopsy done. Autopsy is not just to ascertain any wrongdoing. It's also an opportunity to learn, to understand why, because until an autopsy is conducted, you cannot say for certain 100% that this is what killed this woman. You can have an underlying issue or health condition and something totally different might be the immediate cause of death. It's an opportunity for medical learning, and I believe that as a nation, it is something that the law should embrace a bit more. When there are deaths like this of a young person, we should investigate further. The family have said that they're at peace. They've said they've buried her, and perhaps they want to close the case on this. But I want to say that for the future in Nigeria, no one should hide away from investigating. I know there are cultural stigmas and taboos around opening up dead bodies, but this is an opportunity to further our learnings and ensure that we leave no stone unturned. It's quite sad that in this case there was no opportunity to do that, but I hope that in the future we'll have cases to do that around interesting and specific cases such as this.
All right, I'm getting reports that the autopsy was done at a general hospital, so autopsy had been done.
Because there was a rush. I was like, the autopsy was done, and it was because what the report was saying was that the family said in the burial program that she had a hole in her heart. Right. And I recall that there was a lot of controversy around the rush, the burial being rushed, the secrecy shrouded, the parents saying they don't want anything to be done with their daughter or not. So I'd like to really check about that autopsy, because initially they'd opposed it, and then there was a rush around this. She was buried in a hush manner, and there were questions around that. I'm just saying, for the purpose of learning, for the purpose of just closing and not leaving unresolved issues, things should be done properly. That's what we're calling for.
Very well said.
As regards Habila's parents, there are a lot of things that don't make sense about the story they're telling. At first, they didn't tell us that she had a hole in the heart all this while. And I'm sorry, for the life of me, Oji, I built a health outreach center. I do a lot in the medical world. Hole in the heart, when did it become a death sentence in Nigeria? With about 4.55 million naira, you do a proper keyhole surgery. Babcock, but
they didn't say that.
And she was working all these years. They couldn't afford it. They should bring in a medical report that showed that she had a hole in the heart all this while. And she was close to the minister. She worked for the minister. So there was never a time to say, oh, minister, I have a health challenge. Is there anything they could do about it? Then the next thing, they argued back and forth as regards an autopsy. Mr. Umahi was saying they should do the autopsy. The family said they don't want it, and then you now write a narrative that was killed by cardiac arrest. I mean, the state should have even taken over this case in the first place. You get? So please, the state should even take up all this case in the first place. That's what we do. We are not even here. There's really a coroner's inquest now. So let's even move on.